Hello, beautiful soul. I want you to imagine something with me right now. Picture yourself walking into a coffee shop tomorrow morning, and instead of feeling that familiar knot in your stomach when you need to order, you feel calm. Your words flow naturally, like water finding its way home. The person behind the counter smiles at you, not because your English is perfect, but because they can feel the genuine person behind the words. This is not a dream. This is your reality waiting to happen. I know that right now, you might be carrying the weight of every English conversation that didn't go the way you hoped. Maybe you replay moments in your mind where you searched for words that seemed to hide from you just when you needed them most. Maybe you've convinced yourself that natural English is something that belongs to other people, not to you. But I'm here today to tell you something that will change everything you believe about speaking English naturally. Learning to speak naturally in English is not about memorizing thousands of words or mastering complex grammar rules. It's about giving yourself permission to be human in a new language. It's about understanding that the English you need to live, to connect, to express your heart already exists within you. You just need the right key to unlock it. Today, I'm going to share with you 50 sentences that will become your daily companions. These are not just sentences. They are bridges between where you are now and where you want to be. They are the foundation stones of natural conversation, the building blocks of confidence, the gentle teachers that will guide your tongue and your heart toward fluency. Think of these sentences like seeds. When you plant a seed, you don't expect it to become a tree overnight. You water it, you give it sunlight, you trust the process. These 50 sentences are your seeds. As you practice them daily, as you let them live in your mouth and in your mind, they will grow into something beautiful. They will become the natural rhythm of your English, the melody of your new voice. By the end of our time together today, you will not just have 50 sentences to practice. You will have a new understanding of what it means to sound natural in English. You will feel the difference between speaking English and living English. You will understand that natural English is not about perfection. It's about authenticity. It's about allowing your true self to shine through words that may still feel new on your tongue, but already belong to your heart. Right now, wherever you are listening to this, take a deep breath with me. Feel your shoulders relax. Let go of the pressure you've been carrying. Let go of the voice that tells you you're not good enough yet. You are exactly where you need to be. Your English journey is not a race. It's a dance, and today we're going to learn the steps that will make you feel graceful in this beautiful language. These 50 sentences are going to become your daily practice, your morning meditation, your evening reflection. They are going to teach your mouth how to shape sounds that feel foreign now but will become as natural as breathing. They are going to train your ear to hear the music in English, the rhythm that makes conversation flow like a gentle river. So let's begin this journey together. Let's discover how 50 simple sentences can transform not just how you speak English, but how you feel about yourself when you speak English, because at the end of the day, that's what really matters. Not just that people understand your words, but that you feel understood, that you feel worthy, that you feel free. Before we dive into our 50 sentences, we need to have an honest conversation about fear. I want you to know that the fear you feel when you think about speaking English naturally is not your enemy. It's actually a sign that you care deeply about communicating well, about being understood, about connecting with others. This fear has been trying to protect you from embarrassment, from judgment, from the discomfort of making mistakes. But here's what I've learned, and what I want you to understand in your bones. This same fear that's been trying to protect you has been the very thing keeping you from the natural, flowing English you dream of speaking. Natural English is not about never making mistakes. Let me say that again because it's so important. Natural English is not about never making mistakes. Natural English is about speaking with such genuine intention, with such real emotion and connection, that your humanity shines through any imperfection in grammar or pronunciation. When you speak naturally, people don't remember your small errors. They remember how you made them feel. They remember the person behind the words. I want you to think about babies learning to walk. A baby doesn't wake up one morning and decide they're going to walk perfectly or not at all. They pull themselves up, they wobble, they fall, they laugh, they try again. Each fall is not a failure. It's information. It's practice. It's part of the beautiful, messy, completely natural process of learning something new. Your English journey is exactly the same. The first group of sentences we're going to practice together are what I call foundation sentences. These are the sentences that will teach your mouth, your breath, your rhythm how English feels when it's natural and relaxed. Listen to each one and then say it with me. Don't worry about perfection. Worry about connection. Worry about feeling the words in your body. I wake up feeling grateful for this new day. Say it with me now. Feel how your tongue moves, how your breath supports the words. This is not just a sentence about morning. This is a sentence about hope, about possibility, about the attitude that makes learning feel like growing instead of struggling. My morning coffee tastes better when I'm relaxed. Notice how this sentence has a natural rhythm, like a gentle wave. When you say it, you're not just practicing English. You're practicing mindfulness, presence, the art of finding joy in simple moments. I choose to be patient with myself today. This sentence is medicine for your learning journey. Every time you practice it, you're rewiring your brain to approach English with kindness instead of criticism. Learning feels easier when I breathe deeply. As you say this, actually take that deep breath. Let your body learn that English and relaxation can exist together. I trust that my English is improving every day. This is not just positive thinking. This is truth. Every time you engage with English, every time you listen, every time you try to speak, neural pathways in your brain are strengthening. You are literally becoming more fluent with each moment of practice. My mistakes are proof that I'm trying. Can you feel how different this sentence feels compared to the harsh things we usually tell ourselves about our errors? This sentence transforms mistakes from shame into courage. I deserve to express myself in English. This might be the most important sentence you practice today. So many English learners carry the unconscious belief that fluent English belongs to other people, not to them. But your thoughts, your feelings, your experiences deserve to be expressed in any language you choose to learn. Speaking English is just another way to be myself. This sentence helps you understand that you're not becoming a different person when you speak English. You're simply giving yourself more ways to share who you already are. I can communicate even when I don't know all the words. This sentence will free you from the perfectionist trap. Natural speakers always work with the words they have available. They gesture, they paraphrase, they find creative ways to express their ideas. This is not a sign of poor English. This is natural communication. Every conversation is a chance to practice. When you truly believe this sentence, you stop seeing English conversations as tests you might fail and start seeing them as opportunities to grow. Here's what I want you to understand about these foundation sentences. They're not just English practice. They're mindset training. Each time you say them, you're teaching yourself to approach English with curiosity instead of fear, with compassion instead of criticism, with excitement instead of anxiety. The most natural English speakers in the world are not the ones who never make mistakes. They're the ones who speak with such genuine engagement, such real presence, that their communication feels effortless and warm. That's the kind of natural English we're building together, sentence by sentence, breath by breath, day by day. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, I want you to say that first sentence. I wake up feeling grateful for this new day. Say it in English and mean it. Let it be the first gift you give yourself each day. Let it remind you that learning English is not a burden you carry, but a door you're opening to a bigger, more connected life. Now that we've planted the seeds of a fearless mindset, let's talk about something magical that happens when you start thinking in English throughout your day. Most English learners spend their days thinking in their native language and then trying to translate those thoughts into English when they need to speak. This creates a delay, a mental traffic jam that makes natural conversation feel impossible. But what if I told you that you could train your mind to think directly in English, using simple sentences that describe your actual life as it's happening? The next group of sentences we're going to practice are what I call living sentences. These are the sentences that will teach you to narrate your life in English as you live it. When you practice these sentences daily, you're not just learning English words. You're training your brain to process your experiences in English in real time. This is the secret to natural fluency that no textbook will teach you. Listen to each sentence, then say it with me, and then I want you to imagine using it in your real life today. Feel how these sentences can become the soundtrack to your daily experience. I'm enjoying this moment right now. This sentence can be your companion whether you're eating breakfast, walking outside, or even practicing English. It teaches you to be present in English, to use the language not just to communicate with others, but to communicate with yourself about your own experience. This feels good to me. Notice how simple this sentence is, yet how much it can express. You can use it when you taste something delicious, when you feel sunshine on your face, when you successfully use a new English phrase. It connects English to positive feelings in your body. I'm curious about what will happen next. This sentence transforms your relationship with uncertainty. Instead of anxiety about the future, you practice approaching the unknown with interest and openness. I can handle whatever comes my way. Say this sentence and feel your shoulders straighten, feel confidence growing in your chest. This is English connected to inner strength. I'm grateful for this opportunity to learn. Every challenge becomes a gift when you practice this sentence. Every difficult conversation becomes a chance to grow. I notice the beauty around me. This sentence trains you to be present and appreciative. When you think this thought in English throughout your day, you're practicing the language while cultivating joy. I'm getting better at expressing myself. This sentence is particularly powerful because it's always true. Every time you attempt to communicate in English, you are getting better at expressing yourself. I enjoy connecting with other people. This sentence reminds you that English is not an academic subject. It's a tool for human connection, for sharing your heart with others. I trust my ability to communicate. Even when you don't have all the words you want, you can always find a way to share your meaning. This sentence helps you remember that communication is bigger than perfect grammar. I'm proud of myself for trying. Every attempt to speak English, no matter how it goes, deserves acknowledgement and celebration. Here's what I want you to do with these living sentences. Throughout your day, when you experience something that connects to one of these sentences, think the sentence in English. When you wake up and feel good, think, "This feels good to me," in English. When you're walking and notice something beautiful, think, "I notice the beauty around me," in English. When you're about to have a conversation that makes you nervous, think, "I can handle whatever comes my way," in English. This practice will do something extraordinary for your English. It will teach your brain that English is not a foreign language that you put on like uncomfortable clothes when you need to speak to someone. English will become a natural part of your inner dialogue, a comfortable way to process your own experience. But here's the most important part of this practice. When you think these sentences, don't just think the words. Feel the emotions they express. Let "I'm grateful for this opportunity to learn" actually make you feel grateful. Let "I trust my ability to communicate" actually increase your confidence. When English becomes connected to positive emotions in your body, when the language itself starts to feel good, that's when natural fluency begins to bloom. Now, before we move forward, I want to ask you something. If this way of practicing English feels different from anything you've tried before, if these ideas about connecting English to your emotions and your daily life are resonating with you, please subscribe to our channel. You'll find more videos like this one. More ways to make English feel natural and joyful instead of stressful and difficult. And here's something I'd love for you to do. In the comments below, share one sentence from today that you're going to practice this week. It doesn't matter which one you choose. What matters is that you choose one that feels meaningful to you, one that connects to your real life and your real experiences. When you share your sentence, you're not just helping yourself remember to practice. You're also encouraging other learners who are on this same journey with you. Learning English doesn't have to be a lonely experience. We can grow together, celebrate together, support each other through the challenges and the victories. Your English journey matters, and you matter. I want to hear from you. Let's talk about something that changes everything. You already know enough English to start living in English right now. I don't care if you think your vocabulary is small, if you think your grammar is imperfect, if you think your accent is too strong. You have enough English at this very moment to begin expressing your real self, your real needs, your real feelings in this beautiful language. The next group of sentences we're going to practice are what I call bridge sentences. These are the sentences that will carry you safely across the gap between knowing some English and actually using English to live your life. Each of these sentences is something you might really need to say in a real situation to a real person. But more than that, each sentence is designed to help you feel successful every time you use it. I'd like to try that, please. This sentence works in restaurants, in stores, when someone offers you something new. It's polite, it's clear, and it opens doors to new experiences. Practice saying it with genuine interest and curiosity. Could you help me with this? This might be the most powerful sentence you ever learn in English. It works in so many situations and it connects you to other people. Most people love to help when you ask kindly. I really appreciate your patience. This sentence acknowledges that you're learning, but it does so with dignity and gratitude. It shows respect for the person who's listening to you, and it creates warmth in the conversation. Let me think about that for a moment. This sentence gives you time when you need it, but it does so naturally. You're not apologizing for needing time to think. You're simply taking the space you need to communicate well. That sounds interesting to me. This sentence helps you participate in conversations even when you don't have a lot to add. It shows engagement and curiosity, and it encourages other people to continue sharing. I'm still learning, but I want to try. This sentence is honest about your level, but it emphasizes your willingness to engage. It often makes people more patient and encouraging. Could you repeat that more slowly? This sentence helps you understand better without making you feel embarrassed about needing help. I think I understand what you mean. This sentence shows you're engaged in the conversation and working to follow along. It also gives the other person a chance to clarify if needed. Thank you for being so kind. This sentence acknowledges when someone is patient or helpful with your English. It creates positive feelings and often makes people even more supportive. I'm enjoying our conversation. This sentence might surprise you with how powerful it is. When you tell someone you're enjoying talking with them, it makes them feel good, and it makes them want to continue the conversation. Here's what makes these bridge sentences so special. Each one is complete and useful exactly as it is, but each one can also be the starting point for longer conversations. When you say, "That sounds interesting to me," the other person might ask you why, or they might tell you more about it. When you say, "I'm enjoying our conversation," you're creating a warm connection that makes communication easier. But here's the most important thing about these sentences. They work because they're genuine. They express real human feelings and needs. They're not just English practice. They're tools for authentic connection. I want you to imagine using each of these sentences in your real life. Picture yourself at work, in a store, talking to a neighbor, meeting someone new. Feel how these sentences can help you participate more fully in these moments, how they can help you express yourself with dignity and warmth. The secret to sounding natural in English is not using complex grammar or impressive vocabulary. The secret is using simple language to express genuine feelings and needs. When your English comes from a real place inside you, when it's connected to what you actually want to communicate, it automatically sounds more natural. Here's a practice I want you to try this week. Choose 3 of these bridge sentences that feel most useful for your life. Maybe you work in customer service, and "I really appreciate your patience" would be helpful. Maybe you're often in social situations where "That sounds interesting to me" would help you engage. Maybe you're taking classes or attending meetings where "Let me think about that for a moment" would give you confidence. Whatever 3 sentences you choose, practice them not just by saying the words, but by imagining the situations where you'd use them. See yourself succeeding in those moments. Feel the confidence and connection that comes from having exactly the right words when you need them. Remember, every time you successfully use one of these sentences in a real conversation, that's a victory worth celebrating. You're not just practicing English. You're building a bridge between who you are and who you're becoming. You're proving to yourself that you can live in English, not just study it. Natural English fluency is built one successful interaction at a time, one genuine connection at a time, one moment of authentic communication at a time. These bridge sentences are your tools for creating those moments, starting today. Now we come to something that many English learners find both exciting and terrifying: the sound of their own voice speaking English. I want you to know something right now. Your voice speaking English is beautiful. It carries your history, your personality, your unique way of seeing the world. The goal is not to sound like someone else. The goal is to sound like the most confident, clear, natural version of yourself. The next group of sentences we're going to practice are what I call rhythm sentences. These sentences are specially designed to help you feel the natural music of English. The way stressed and unstressed syllables create a flowing pattern that makes English sound smooth and natural. But more than that, these sentences will help you fall in love with the sound of your own voice speaking English. I love the way this feels when I say it. As you practice this sentence, pay attention to how the stressed words create a natural beat. Love, way, feels. Say, let your voice rise and fall naturally. Don't fight the rhythm. Let it carry you. My voice is becoming stronger every day. Feel the power in the words voice, strong, day. This sentence is not just about pronunciation practice. It's about claiming your right to be heard, to express yourself, to take up space in English conversations. I can speak clearly and slowly when I choose to. The beauty of this sentence is that it reminds you that speaking slowly is a choice, not a limitation. When you speak slowly and clearly by choice, you sound thoughtful and confident, not uncertain. Breathing helps me speak more naturally. As you say this sentence, actually take a deep breath between phrases. Let your breath support your voice. English sounds most natural when it flows on steady, calm breathing. I enjoy hearing myself speak English. This might be the most important sentence for your confidence. Many learners avoid speaking because they don't like how they sound. But when you practice enjoying your own voice, everything changes. Practice makes me feel more comfortable. Notice how the word practice has its stress on the first syllable, and comfortable has its stress on the first syllable too. This creates a natural rhythm that helps the sentence flow. I speak with confidence and kindness. The words speak, confidence, and kindness are the strong beats in this sentence. Let them ring out clearly while the smaller words flow quickly and softly around them. My pronunciation improves with each conversation. Feel how pronunciation has 4 syllables with stress on the 4th one, and improves has stress on the 2nd syllable. Don't worry about perfection. Just let the natural rhythm guide you. I trust the process of learning to speak well. This sentence has a beautiful flow from trust through process to learning to speak to well. Let each stressed word be like a stepping stone across a gentle stream. My English sounds more natural every time I practice. End with this affirmation: letting English, natural, time, and practice be your strong beats. Here's what I want you to do with these rhythm sentences. Record yourself saying each one. I know this might feel uncomfortable at first, but this is one of the most powerful tools for improving your natural English. When you listen to your own recording, don't listen for mistakes. Listen for progress. Listen for the places where you sound confident and clear. Celebrate those moments. Then, choose one sentence that you particularly enjoyed saying and record it again. This time, imagine you're talking to someone you care about. Let your voice be warm and genuine. Let your personality shine through the words. Here's a secret about natural English pronunciation. People don't remember perfect sounds. They remember authentic emotion. When you speak English with genuine feeling, when your personality comes through your voice, small imperfections in pronunciation become completely unimportant. Your listeners connect with the person behind the words, not with technical perfection. The most natural English speakers are not necessarily the ones with the most accurate pronunciation. They're the ones who speak with confidence, with genuine emotion, with real engagement in what they're saying. That's the kind of natural English we're building together. I want you to practice these rhythm sentences every day for the next week. But here's the key. Don't just say the words. Live the words. When you say, "I love the way this feels when I say it," actually love the way it feels. When you say, "My voice is becoming stronger every day," actually feel your voice getting stronger. Your English voice is not separate from your real voice. It's not a costume you put on when you need to speak English. It's another instrument in your orchestra of self-expression. Another way for your authentic self to be heard and understood in the world. Practice these sentences with joy, with curiosity, with appreciation for how far you've already come. Your English journey is not about reaching some distant point of perfection. It's about discovering more ways to be yourself, more ways to connect, more ways to share your unique gifts with the world. Remember, every time you speak English, you're not just practicing a language, you're practicing courage. You're practicing connection. You're practicing the beautiful art of expressing your inner world in words that can build bridges between hearts. As we come to the end of our time together today, I want you to take a moment to feel what has shifted inside you. When you first started listening, you might have been carrying the weight of all the English conversations that felt difficult, all the moments when words seemed to hide from you, all the times when you wished you could express yourself more naturally. But right now, you have 50 sentences that can change everything. These are not just sentences. They are keys to a more confident, more connected, more authentic version of yourself in English. Let me share with you the final group of sentences, what I call heart sentences. These are the sentences that will remind you every single day that learning English is not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming free. Free to express your thoughts, your feelings, your dreams, your joy, your curiosity, your authentic self in a language that opens doors to a bigger world. I am proud of every step I take in learning English. Feel the truth of this sentence. Every moment you spend engaging with English, every attempt you make to communicate, every time you choose courage over comfort, you are doing something remarkable. My English journey is unique and valuable. Your way of learning, your pace, your particular challenges and victories, all of these are part of a story that belongs only to you. You don't need to learn like anyone else. You need to learn like you. I celebrate small progress as well as big breakthroughs. Sometimes growth feels dramatic and obvious. Sometimes it's so gradual you barely notice it happening. Both kinds of progress deserve recognition and celebration. I am patient and kind with myself as I learn. This sentence is medicine for the harsh inner voice that so many learners carry. Every time you practice this sentence, you're choosing self-compassion over self-criticism. My willingness to try is more important than perfection. This sentence frees you from the perfectionist trap that keeps so many people from speaking at all. Your courage matters more than your accuracy. I trust that my English will continue to improve. This is not wishful thinking. This is faith based on truth. Every time you engage with English, your brain is forming new connections, strengthening pathways, building fluency. I use English to connect with others and express myself. This sentence reminds you of why you're learning. English is not an academic subject to master. It's a tool for human connection and self-expression. I am grateful for this opportunity to grow. Learning a new language is a privilege, an adventure, a chance to expand who you are in the world. This sentence helps you remember the gift you're giving yourself. I speak English with confidence because I have something valuable to share. Your thoughts, your experiences, your perspective, your heart, all of these are worth expressing in any language you choose to learn. I am exactly where I need to be in my English journey. This sentence stops the comparison game, stops the impatience, stops the feeling of being behind. You are on your own perfect timeline. These 50 sentences are now yours. They're your daily practice, your morning meditation, your evening reflection, your companions throughout the day. But remember, they're not just English exercises. They're affirmations of your worth, your capability, your right to express yourself in English. Here's what I want you to do. Every morning for the next 30 days, choose 5 sentences from our 50 that feel most important for your day. Say them out loud, mean them deeply. Let them set the tone for how you'll approach English that day. Maybe you choose mindset sentences on days when you're feeling uncertain. Maybe you choose bridge sentences on days when you know you'll have important conversations. Maybe you choose rhythm sentences on days when you want to focus on how you sound. The beautiful thing about these 50 sentences is that they grow with you. As a beginner, you might focus on understanding them and saying them clearly. As you progress, you might start to use them as starting points for longer conversations, as foundations for expressing more complex ideas, as tools for navigating more challenging situations. But here's the most important thing I want you to remember. Natural English is not a destination you arrive at one day. It's a way of approaching the language with authenticity, with confidence, with genuine engagement in communication. Every time you speak English with real intention, with genuine emotion, with authentic desire to connect, you are speaking naturally, no matter what level you think you are. Before we finish, I want to ask you to do something that will help not just you, but other learners who are on the same journey. In the comments below, please share your favorite sentence from today. Tell us which one felt most meaningful to you, which one you're most excited to practice, which one made you feel more hopeful about your English journey. When you share your sentence, you're doing something beautiful. You're showing other learners that they're not alone, that others are working on the same challenges, that this community of English learners is full of people who understand the courage it takes to learn a new language. And if this video helped you feel less alone in your English journey, if these ideas about natural, authentic, emotionally connected English practice resonated with you, please subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss new videos that will continue to support your growth. Your English journey is not just about language learning. It's about personal growth, about expanding your ability to connect with others, about giving yourself more ways to be fully yourself in the world. These 50 sentences are your tools, your companions, your daily reminders that you have everything you need inside you to succeed. Go practice, go grow, go speak with confidence. Your voice in English matters, and the world is waiting to hear what you have to say.